cousin. Her cousin is actually her husband. Oh, hold on. If we nailed Forrest lately, we got to roast him. I'm a pretentious Asian. There's my confession. Video over. Thanks, Forrest, for sharing that. We already knew it, but it's nice to see you're coming along. Self actualization, buddy. Wow, so long. He's only been over there 2.5 years. You gonna drive an Uber? DoorDash. They got this thing called DoorDash now. And Instacart. You could drive for them if you're lucky. I will agree with you on the bourbon. Good bourbon here. I've always thought I could get along with Forrest if he wasn't, again, so much like a Karen. Okay. He's like an Asian Karen, but a man. He's like pretentious, and he came into Thailand and just started talking about how everybody else is stupid, like don't marry the buffalo. But it's like, dude, did you ever, I mean, he spent most of his time in Pattaya, right? He didn't get off the bar stool for the longest time. So I kind of wonder where he's even living these days. Help you with everywhere. This is the same guy who a couple years ago said, "Oh, it sucks. You can't. People don't speak. Oh, never mind." But you get the point. Okay, it's Thailand. People in Thailand are kind of helpful, but I I find people in America to be fairly helpful too when they're not carjacking me. You got Here's the thing: when people like Forrest live in Thailand as an expat, they come on in the beginning and they're very critical, and then he's been there for a while. So now Thailand's perfect. Okay, Thai people smartest, most helpful in the world. 6 a.m. ticket counter. Never get any help in America. Where's your car, Forrest? You're one of these guys. Never even had a scooter. Never had a car. I guess you trade crypto. You clearly don't have any money. It's the pretentious, pompous fake. I mean, another this guy's been a total fake fucktard since the beginning. I mean, you get tired you get admit it, Forrest. You get tired of living on like $1,000 a month or however whatever you're getting from the VA for your tinnitus or whatever you got. And this guy bitched and complained about being in the army, so I can go there, Forrest. Yeah, you bitched and complained about the army like crazy. Join when you're in your late 20s because you couldn't even get through community college. Went over to Thailand. 4 days. That says a lot. You spent all that money to travel back. Your buddy probably had to pay for your plane ticket because if you had enough money to stay in the states, you would have stayed for at least more than 4 days. Didn't you learn anything from Chunky? You couldn't count surf on all your army buddies. Oh, that's right. You didn't have too many army buddies left, did you? Because you talk so much shit about the army on your very first. I saw some of his videos when he first came to Thailand. He's got rid of all of them since. Talked a lot of smack on the army, so he wouldn't have been cow surfing with any of his army buddies. 4 days, 4 days, dude. That's not even long enough to get over the jet lag. Desperate for content as always, Forrest. Your buddy paid you for 4 days to come back. Now you got to hide in Thailand. Who does anybody have a clue? Is what is he claiming? Is how does he survive? That's the one thing. Oh, he's a Kyle, not a Karen. One thing about these Thailand vloggers that I always find interesting is how the hell are they surviving? Okay, how are they surviving? A male Karen is called a Darren. This is interesting. He got ragged in high school for being Chinese. Sid City, yeah. Well, he's your go-to guy for all things in Thailand too. I mean, he's got the same kind of attitude. Look, I just came back. The first 4 days you're back, dude. You can't, you guys, you jet lag, and you spent at least one day at a wedding. You're the best man. Probably one day at a reception. So, how much time did you really have to
Don't miss
cruise
tipping.
around? How much time did Forrest really have to cruise around America to make a comparison? I've been back 9 months. And as much fun as I had in Thailand, as much as I learned, as much as it's permanently changed me, you don't see me running back.
I know Kentucky has like a 20% minimum tipping. Tipping culture is a bit crazy.
You can't handle that on your crypto income.
It's gotten worse over in the United States. So actually having it going back overseas, going back to my home country, experiencing things like that.
You didn't experience shit, dude. Really, you have no clue what you're talking about, Forrest. You just ran back to Thailand because you can live off of whatever measly income you got.
And coming back over the
when you see expats that don't even like earlier, I saw that guy. He's driving a car. I'm like, all right, that says a lot about somebody, right? If you're a middle aged or even a millennial and you want to live, see, this guy is an expat. Okay, how he stays in Thailand long term, good question. Will he ever be transparent about it? Never has, probably never will. He's just there. He moves around. They all do. They're all just transient expats. To me, an expat is somebody who has a long term visa. So these guys are just backpackers that really push the envelope in terms of trying to, they want you to think they're an expat, but he's not old enough to have a retirement visa. He's too broke to have a fucking elite visa. He goes to these other countries, disappears and comes back, doesn't want to vlog it because doesn't want to bring attention to himself. Probably anybody that follow him, as he talked about his visa status. When you want to live in a foreign country, the most important question you need to have out of the gate is, what are the visa requirements for this country? Do I meet them? What are my visa options? How does it work? How the hell can I stay there long enough to call myself an expat? Okay. Somebody tell me, has Forrest been open about any of this lately?
cope with. And then you have kids. And
here he starts
the intention, but I don't know.
What's with this fake grimacing smile?
It just gives me a lot of perspective that everybody's getting married. Our time here on this earth is a lot shorter than you think. It just felt like yesterday, 20 years ago, when I first met my best friend, that getting married.
Weird to see a millennial in his 30s like talking about how long he's been on a planet, but okay.
It's weird, but I kind of welcome the change. It's actually quite nice that everybody's I'm just walking around listening. Scared it away.
The place that he's in is really nice, though.
I just want to end off this quick video by saying that if you guys are going through some hard times, you guys are going through some trouble,
which obviously I am, being broke dick. I couldn't even stay in I traveled all the way back to America. Probably didn't go business class. You had to sit there in economy. Brutal treatment. Somebody told you could couch surf, and you had to turn right around and come back to Thailand. See, don't listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he's not explaining. As somebody who just came back to Thailand after 6.5 years, after 9 months, I am in no way even close to wanting to go back. I've always said that living in Thailand as an expat was a step down, but it was a sacrifice that I was willing to make based on my life and what I was doing at the time. But to look at this guy stranded on YouTube, stranded in Thailand, 10K views, 46,000 subs. He ain't no Casey Neistat.
things aren't going the way that you had planned.
He's projecting now. Just listen.
Definitely take a step back, think, relax, recollect your thoughts, maybe perhaps travel out of the country, because that really does help you give some perspective in life and helps you calm down a bit.
Yeah, I'm taking all this sage advice from this young millennial who I know nothing about, who will never even be honest about anything. He just walks around with a backpack in Thailand and a GoPro.
And then go about your problems aren't really that big.
Roshi, good morning, Adam. Adam says no. He never talks about how he stays in Thailand. I even asked him a direct question about his status. Of course, he deleted my comment. They're all the same. They're all just, what do you do for a living? I'm a social media influencer. Who do you influence? Half the people I influence, they're fake. And the other half I
Big in
can't
the
really
grand scheme
relate
of
to.
things. Yeah, helps with your
This,
self
this guy is still just spewing absolute horseshit.
in this dog park near Soy 10. I'll never get used to vlogging.
You've never become good at it. I mean, I even admit I suck, but God, you have to do this for a reason, huh?
People think I'm a freaking weirdo with my phone and my camera. But that's okay.
It doesn't even,
Do it for you guys.
you don't even have a prop. You've never, again, these guys are vloggers, but they've never had a proper camera. Just create my content on my iPhone. Which iPhone you got there, Forrest, chump?
And selfishly for me, from time to time, if I'm being frankly honest. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
Oh, I can imagine that. Yeah, you too. It's a kind of a journal. This is a journal entry for Forrest, and he's contemplating why he was only able to stay in America for 4 days, traveling all a brutal 24 hours of flying to get there, 24 hours or more back, and why couldn't you even hang out for a while in your own country there, Forrest?
Folks, that's gonna be it for this video.
Pretty sad. Pretty sad, Forrest. I mean, really. Let's see what his video content looks like. 7-figure digital nomad. Boy, I bet he's drinking his own Kool-Aid when he's making that video. Oh, he was in Vietnam 10 months ago. Oh, the struggle of growing up as mixed race Thai. Dividend and options income. I don't know. I've always considered this guy an absolute total social media millennial fake fucktard, and really hasn't changed. He's just not real. Not real. If it doesn't cover topics that are germane to being an expat, then why does he run around all the time talking about being an expat?